Hi, I'm here at Bang and Olufsen Manchester. I've heard from John that there's a new home cinema demo room which I just thought I have to see. So I'm going to go and find John, and next time you see me we should be in the demo room, and let's see what they've got for us. Yeah. So I think this is fantastic, John. It's
not bad, is it?
No. So I apologise that the camera footage will be a little bit grainy. We've dimmed the lights a little in the cinema room. So can you tell me a little bit about
I can indeed, yes, and ignore any noises coming from outside the cinema room because I've got boss man Ian out there being noisy. But to be fair, he's in a working shop. So Steve, we've got here a Dolby Atmos, a 9.1.4.
Fantastic.
So for those who've not quite sure what Dolby Atmos and all those numbers mean, so most people have heard of a 5.1.
Yeah.
So you have your centre channel left and right at the front, two surrounds, and the subwoofer makes up the 0.1.
Yeah.
So the Dolby Atmos, I have front, left, right, centre. I have front, left, right, wide. I have two surround speakers at the side of me, and also two rear speakers. The 0.1 is the subwoofer, a rather big. You've just experienced it.
It was, that's quite an experience. That was fantastic.
A very good subwoofer. And then the 0.4, I've got four height speakers. So there's two at the front and two just behind me in the ceilings, which make up the four height speakers. So Dolby Atmos is very much a object-based sound system. So the sound can pan around really precisely as the sound moves between each speaker. And a lot of modern movies now are being decoded using this Dolby Atmos sound format. Yeah. So it's gone up from 5.1, 6.1, 7.1, 9.1 to now we've got full Atmos. Yeah. So a lot of modern movies can take advantage of this type of system. Yeah. And this isn't the biggest, it can go bigger.
No, I gather from what you said this is very scalable. You can start with quite a small room for sort of less than £10,000.
Yes, so less. So using the exact same acoustic speakers I've got here, albeit smaller ones. Yeah. Less than £10,000, you can have a very, very good 5.1 system in a small converted room, a spare bedroom, a dining room that perhaps you don't use. But if you want the full-on experience of Dolby Atmos with as many channels as you can fit in, this one here around about 30, just over 30,000 maybe. Right, so it's, but the sound doesn't necessarily change. A bigger cinema room doesn't necessarily mean better sound, because to achieve that same reference level of sound, so this is calibrated to reference level. I'm going to make a bit of work for Steve here. You can pop a little link in your description to explain what reference level is.
No problem at all.
For the Dolby site. So basically it's a peak. Every speaker has to deliver a certain peak sound pressure level at the listening position. So that's what this is calibrated to, is Dolby reference level. To achieve that in a bigger room just means using larger speakers that can create a higher sound pressure level. So a bigger room doesn't necessarily sound better. It's just harder to fill, and you have to use bigger speakers, and therefore the cost goes up. But yes, it's very, very scalable, smaller or much, much bigger, depending on what size room you've got.
Right, excellent. And these, I must admit, these are very comfortable armchairs. I was talking to Ian earlier. He mentioned that you're able to basically configure and, if necessary, build the whole room.
Oh, the whole room, yeah.
So everything from scratch.
The builders that we use are very good, very trusted, very, very skilled builders that built this room for us, and we've used them on a lot of projects, so they can do the box sections for the projector and hide things away. We've also used spectral cabinets.
Oh yes.
So we've got really elegant looking solutions to hide away equipment and do all that sort of thing, if that's what you prefer. These are cinema seats, all fully reclining, motorised. Doing it properly. So you can properly kick back.
Yeah, that's good. I'll try not to kick the camera
don't
over.
Kick the camera, but
That's super.
This has just become a more relaxing video.
Yes.
I like
Very
it.
Nice.
So you obviously there's fabrics, felts, leathers, all different grades and styles of leather and different stitching colours, and you can have them motor, non-motor, different configurations, 2-seat wide, lounge seats. There's so many options. But we can design it all for you. So It can be as simple as popping a 5.1 in an existing room where you've got an existing television. It doesn't have to be a projector screen with a projector. It can be a TV. You can have both. So for instance, I've done a job recently with a 77 LG on the wall. Fairly similar size room to this. That's used day to day with the surround sound. But then when it's movie time, all the lights go off. Blinds come down, which again can all be automated through the RTI remote control, and it's movie time. The screen folds down, projector screen comes down in front of the TV, and it's all done with one button. So movie button, bang, movie time, off you go.
I must admit, I love the whole big screen projector experience. I mean, the screen here is, I think, did you say it was 110 inches?
It's 110 inch. It's a fixed screen, so it's fine. They give the best image quality because they're not. They don't have to roll up, and you don't get creases in them. They're always nice and taut. So we have a fixed 2.35 to 1 screen.
Oh, so you've got the proper wide screen.
Yes, the proper wide. So then the projector will adjust its lens shift depending on whether we're watching a 16:9 or 2.35 to 1 content, or the other option is an anamorphic lens, which obviously costs a lot of money.
So the anamorphic lens will allow the projector to change the shape of the image and stretch out the
So either stretch out to 2.35 to 1 or compress to 16:9 automatically. But we didn't want to go that high up and make the cinema room daunting or unattainable to most people. It's so we wanted to be this is what you can do with this size room, and this, if you've got 30 grand to spend on a cinema room, this is what it'll sound like. But if you've got a smaller room, or you're not bothered about full-on reference level Dolby Atmos, you just want a very good cinema system, we can do that too.
I suppose the way I've always justified cinema expenditure to my family in the past is that £20,000-30,000 is a lot of money, but potentially it's what you could lose on a premium family car in 5 years.
Well, there is that. It's all about what you're into. Some people like nice fancy holidays. Some people buy flash cars. Other people have a lovely cinema room as a toilet is. Or if you're lucky enough, you have all three.
One day, maybe.
But we're really pleased with it, and I'm glad it's a small, scalable room.
It's a cosy room, but not constricted. Isn't it?
There's still a few little bits and bobs to do to it, which will come later on. I'll film for the other channel, but it's done really well for us, and people have been impressed and interested in it, and we've sold a good few of them, and there's some projects still ongoing with it. But it's doing really well for us, and you should come and have a listen. You need to experience this because it's proper cool.
I mean, I must admit that Ian put a demo track on From Oblivion for me.
It's a good one,
that was incredible. I mean, I've calibrated commercial cinemas to set them up for Dolby and THX compatibility, and I was really quite stunned that in a room that's probably 15 feet square, we're getting sub 20 hertz bass. And it's brilliant.
I mean, it is.
It just wouldn't have been achievable 5 years ago, and certainly not within that sort of budget.
No, I mean, the sub is. There are lots of options. This is a big sub. It's an Art Acoustic PS4. It's 4 10-inch bass drivers that are horn loaded, so it's mega efficient. It shifts some serious air, and then it's got its own dedicated kilowatts PDA 1000 Art Acoustic amplifier. This is away from the cabinet, obviously, to avoid vibrations and stuff. And the guts of the cinema is a Denon AVR with the Odyssey XT32 Pro calibration. So we spent a lot of time. That's important to mention, actually. A lot of the sound, I mean, you can have the best equipment in the world, but if you don't calibrate it correctly, or you've got somebody who doesn't know what they're doing with it, it doesn't matter because it'll sound rubbish. With the proper calibration, even a small cinema can sound fantastic. It just takes a bit of time and a bit of knowledge to get that calibration and your frequency sweeps and all that sort of thing right, and then you're onto a winner.
I think the thing I love about home cinema at the moment, and certainly within the recent couple of years, is that in a modest room, so something like this, maybe 15 feet square or smaller, you can realistically far exceed commercial cinema capabilities because the size and the number of seats they've got to fit in, they just can't do anything much more than 5.1 or 7.1
No.
standard surround, whereas you can very easily start adding Dolby Atmos and have that full experience of helicopters fly overhead and cars drive around past you in the way that the director intended.
I always think with this, I mean, I've never been behind the scenes of a fully, commercial cinema. But I imagine the calibration must be an absolute nightmare to cater for that many. You're still going to have your sweet spot in the middle of the sort of cinema.
That's right, yes.
But everybody else dotted around, they're not getting.
They're not, no.
I get really annoyed if I ever. I don't go to the cinema often, especially now I've got this. If I can't sit in that sweet spot in the middle, I get so annoyed. It ruins the whole movie for me. But I'm a special breed of.
Well, no, I'm with you on that. I mean, I did have the privilege of being asked by the owner of the cinema I go to regularly to calibrate his hall, which was great because now I know which is the hot seat.
Yes,
and that's the one I book that
seat.
That specific seat well in advance if I go to a movie, because you do inevitably suffer. The seats will always be packed right through the whole space of the hall. It's not like a home setup where you can have almost perfect sound wherever you are. So here we've got 3 armchairs in a row. And I'm sat on the left side, but I'm within.
You're still getting a very good. I mean, mine still is the perfect sweet spot, but you're not far from it.
No, that's right. I'm not going to suffer in any way. I could hear the right-hand surround channels almost perfectly. Whereas if I'm in a 50-foot wide hall with 30 seats across, 25 seats across, then I'm not going to get anything like the sound that I should when I'm at the far left or the far right.
Well, the people who purposely sit right at the very front looking up at the screen like that, why would you pay to go and do that? Well, there you go.
Yeah. But no, I must admit, even though having had years in sort of the AV and audio trade, this has been a real pleasant, eye-opening experience. Just to go, actually, for sensible money, you can have something that you can blow your mind on an action movie.
Good, isn't it? Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's. I'm glad you're pleased with it. And anybody wants to come and have a listen, you're more than welcome to come and have a go in here. It's worth it just for the experience.
Yes, yeah. So thank you very much for letting me come and have a listen and a demo.
It's my absolute pleasure. No problem, Steve.
Great, thank you.